Good evening, everyone. Welcome to the June 7th Disability Advisory Board meeting. And we have Dr. Weiss joining us, Lynn Cotero, David Rogers, and Trish O'Donnell is with us, but is having trouble with her audio. So we'll hope she can join in audio, but she can hear us. And Dave Mann is unable to join us this evening. So do I have a motion to approve the April 5th, 2021 meeting minutes?
I'll make that motion.
Okay. Do I have a second? Second. Dave? Dave, are you unmuted?
Yeah.
Okay, now I can hear you. Okay.
Okay.
All right. Okay, so Dave Rogers, second. And our motion to our approval by everyone? Aye.
Aye.
And we're going to need Trish. We're going to need Trish.
Here I am.
Oh, there you are.
It was in privacy settings and on my phone.
Okay.
No.
All right. So we're just approving the April 5th meeting minutes. Do you approve?
I do.
Okay, so unanimously approved. All right, the next item we have is Community Day is scheduled for August 28th. So I just wanted to discuss with the board if we wanted to, I have to submit a request for a table if we would like to join Community Day. I know in the past we've had, brochures set up just, about our committee and information concerning handicap parking spots, how to properly park in one, and information on just other disabilities. So is this something that everyone would be interested in doing? I believe it's the last Saturday in August, or no, is it Saturday? Yes, it is a Saturday. So I think in the past, we also have just done it maybe for like 4-hour period, when it first opens till about 2 o'clock. So we could continue that if we didn't want to stay the whole, the entire time. So any discussion on that?
Personally. And I'll actually be in town.
Oh, wow. Yeah. But you haven't made
it. It's always been over the holiday and it just screwed everything up for everybody.
Right. It used to be on Labor Day. So this is the weekend, I guess, before Labor Day. And maybe they're doing that just with all the 9/11 memorial going on shortly thereafter. Maybe it's better to spread them out. Lynn, are you around?
I actually have a wedding that day,
Okay.
so I'm not going to be around.
Okay. Now that you mentioned that, I know I thought I checked this, but let me just check. August.
1 of 5 this year.
Oh, I have one the weekend before. Yeah. Okay. The weekend before. So, and then, okay. So I think it's something, like I said, I'll put in a request to, for a table, and we can, take shifts so we all don't have to be there at one time, and, hand out our material and just give out information. And we do have our new tablecloth that will get some use. So we have our new tablecloth that we purchased before COVID. So, all right, great. So I will do that. The next 2 items were just some Lower Makefield Township residents had contacted the township for some help. And the first one was a lady who uses a wheelchair, but she's in a townhouse type of a, HOA situation. But she was having some difficulty, I think, expressing her concerns with the opening of the pool and making sure the ramps to and from were clear. So they do have ramps into the clubhouse and out to the pool, but they were using them for storage. So I just gave her a call. I think we thought it was going to be more like she wanted to file a grievance or something. How do you go about getting somebody to assist you with having things cleared? But I think she was able to work it out with the HOA, and they were able to clear it. But it did bring up an interesting point in discussing things with her. For anyone has any type of handicap situation in an HOA, or we have several communities around here, whether it's Heacock Meadows or Rose Hollow or Brookstone. I mean, there's a lot of situations that you might be in. And she, on a different note, the previous year, she wanted to build something special to accommodate her onto the outside of her, townhome. And she fought very hard, to get this. But I think in the end, it did go against the HOA rules. It wasn't something necessary like a ramp into or out of. So that was already taken care of. So that might have been a different situation, but I don't really want to go into all the nuances of it. But, it does, I'd hope people that have a disability, make sure before you buy something in a HOA situation, you understand the rules, because it's very difficult to make improvements to the outside without approval. And, it gets a little touchy, and you're going to spend, it's going to cost you, attorney's fees and everything if you plan on, moving in there and thinking you're going to be able to change something. So I just wanted people to be aware of that. So make sure you read the documents, make sure you know what you need. And it could be a situation where you built something and then, that you think you're going to be there for 30 years and you're saying, you plead with that. And then maybe you move in a couple of years and they might make you take it down at your expense. So you just have to be, it just brought up a good point. Does anybody else have any experience in that? Dave, did you, ever come across anything that you'd want to share? Dave, can you unmute yourself?
Yep, it would be nice. We've had some situations in other organizations that that I'm involved with, where people thought they could move in and force the HOA to do things for them. And that's not the case. They have to give you the permission to do it if it's within the ADA code, but it's at your expense. So your point is well taken. You don't want to spend, $5,000-6,000 putting a special ramp or something in and then find you're going to move in 2 years.
Right. Yeah. So that was it. So I'm glad she reached out, and I told her she has my phone number. I have her phone number if she has any other situations that, maybe we can assist with. But I think she did resolve it. It's always best to try to resolve things amicably, And then we had another request from a resident regarding the pool. And there was a young man, a family that has a teenager with some special needs. And, they really wanted to join the pool, but they weren't sure of the situation and if they could accommodate him. So I went over there and met with the family and the father and Monica from Parks and Rec. And we kind of, just looked around the pool. We met with the lifeguards and just gave them some information on, kind of the rules and how the lifeguards would be, really helpful in any situation. Maybe what hours would be best to go to the pool, when it's less crowded. So it, is very helpful, I think, just to meet over there and let him take a look around and meet, like I said, with the lifeguards. And I'm not sure what he's going to do, but he's going to be in touch with Monica, regarding any decision if they, do decide to join the pool. So again, that's just something I'm glad we were able to help out. And, I just went bringing up questions maybe that he wasn't thinking of to ask the pool people and all that. So hopefully that'll work out. So again, happy to help in that situation. Anyone have any questions on that? Okay. All right, the next item I sent everyone, Lynn has worked on updating the brochure because, Megan had done that for us and in her software program, and I wasn't able to ever get into it. So Lynn has expertise in that. So I thank her very much.
I don't know about expertise.
Yeah, doing that. And also our logo had our old name on it, Disabled Persons Advisory Board, and we had recently changed it to Disability Advisory Board. So I think she was able to do that. So we'll work on getting that updated. So it's not something that we have to complete tonight, but I wanted everyone to kind of review that and think about how we want, other things that we can include in our brochure. We have some old items, like we had come up with a community access award, but that never really got off to, you know, no businesses were really nominated for that. I'm not sure we're a large enough community, maybe with businesses that people would nominate for such an award. So maybe we take that off, and then we can, you know, replace it with some other things. And then if there's any other, you know, future goals we want to add. And I think we should update, make sure, I might touch base with the police department. I'll discuss with Chief Coluzzi if there's any additional information regarding the emergency service database. I know we're using the Ready, you know, the Ready Bucks alert system. The 911 system's kind of changed. So I think maybe we should update. We might have to update a little bit of information with the emergency service database, and maybe want to put the link to, you know, Ready Bucks alert system. And I think Dave Mann had more information on that. So I'll make sure, I'll touch base with him and see what works well for him. I think it was more interactive. So Lynn, we'll have to get you, you know, some of those updates.
So if everyone would just go through the brochure and make all, because basically what I did is I used the same information from the previous brochure, with the exception of changing our current members and also changing some of the clip art. See if you like the clip art or not.
I love the
Yes.
art. The scales, I thought that was great.
Okay, well, you know, we got some mixed reactions from that. So I looked at this, I looked at it as equality for all and diversity. Others may have looked at it as a legal police. Like when I asked my husband, he said that's really the symbol for police action as well. Is that correct?
Well, like judge, like a
judging.
courtroom
So,
situation.
yeah.
Yeah.
So think about it and just tell me what you think about that. Okay. And then, so what I was saying, yeah, so just email me any changes, what you want me to take out, what you want me to put it back in. I'm still trying to work on that little icon by our return address. Having a little bit of a challenge, but I'll try it a little bit more on that.
Okay.
And
I think,
go ahead.
Go ahead, Lynn.
Oh, and I did it in Publisher, but I just PDF'd it to you. So I can easily just make all the changes and then PDF it back.
Okay. All right, great. Yeah, I think this is something I think we should just set a goal for having this available for the community day. So if everybody,
28th?
yeah,
All right.
so if we could kind of keep that goal in mind, I think that would be helpful. And I can print these up at work on some stock paper, so that won't be an issue.
All right.
Okay.
And also, like I when I was going through it again after I printed it today, I noticed like there are some lines that really should be put together and they're not together. So if you find them as well, just let me know. Okay.
All right, great. Anyone else have any other comments on it? Okay, we'll just review.
It looks like a great job.
Yeah,
Well, thank you.
I'm excited to have an updated brochure. Yeah. All right, moving on to the next agenda item. I wanted to give everyone an update on the Secret Garden, the Memorial Park playground. We had an Eagle Scout, Sam, that was interested in putting up shade for, you know, the playground, which is we definitely need. But upon, you know, more investigation and, you know, what it would take to maybe put it up there, it's a much larger project, I think, as far as providing shade for that entire area. And, you know, we didn't want to just, you know, do something small and then have to go back and redo something. So I think he has decided to go with still doing a shade sale for another playground area. So I'm very excited that he was able to find another playground area. I believe it's going to be at Veterans Park. And they have a small playground there. I think it'd be perfect for the young children that would be on that. So I think, you know, that hasn't been done yet. So you know, there are other playgrounds in the township. So I'm not sure exactly where they're going to land, but that was one of the ideas. So I'm very grateful for him to, you know, just get his Eagle Scout project started. And I'm excited that he also brought some interest to providing shade. I know we did put that in our ADA accessibility project that we did for Parks and Rec, but I think that's gonna be a bigger project that we can kind of get going at some point, you know, not this year, but, you know, in the future. All right. So thank you, Sam, hope you continue that project. The next project, next agenda item kind of goes along with our ADA transition project that we completed for Parks and Rec. And Monica has come up with a great idea to fundraise. And something they were considering was doing an LMT run. It's gonna be a 5K and a 1K. And she's calling it an LMT run for accessibility, a run for accessibility. So I think, and everything's not concrete yet, but I sent you a flyer with the information. It's going to be held August 1st, 8 a.m. in the morning, a little early for me, but 8 a.m. in the morning. And it's just gonna be held at Makefield with, like I said, a 5K and a 1K. And, you know, they charge money. So you register just like you do, you know, for any other run or walk that people do to fundraise. And she's planning on setting up a separate fund and using those monies to help with the ADA transition plan for the township. And, you know, I mean, it's not going to raise enough money to put shade sails in the Memorial Park, but it's sure going to help with some of the other items on our list that maybe could get done a little sooner. So,
Well, if I can comment there, I think it might be smart to reach out to the Bucks County Roadrunners, who
yes, right.
are very involved with the Run the Gates. And since we're not going to do Run the Gates again this year, we're not doing it until 2022,
Okay.
because Middletown Township and the county and all, by the time we got them figured out as to what to do, it was just too late to do it. Normally, it would have been actually it would have been held on the yesterday if it had been this year. But I'm sure that the Bucks County Roadrunners would be more than happy to work with it, because they have, you know, their turkey run and that kind of thing. They raise anywhere between $10,000 and $30,000 a year.
Wow. Okay.
For
Well, I think
various
Monica
things.
has, yeah, some of her crew working on this. So I think, you know, her interns or maybe their employees, I'm not sure. So maybe I'll just mention to see if they may have already reached out to them.
They
So,
may have. And
Yeah.
if they need a contact name or something,
Okay.
let me know. I'll get it to them.
okay, I'll find out, Dave. Thank you. So that brings up so we have another event here. It's August 1st, and I know they're going to need a lot of volunteers. So it just doesn't have to be our group, you know, our committee. It's obviously going to be, you know, Tyra Parks and Rec, you know, and anyone that, you know, wants to volunteer. So is anyone available on August 1st? Or are we looking at, I mean, I get back from vacation on July 31st, so I should be okay. I'm going to be around on that weekend. So, is anyone else around?
I'm looking right now.
Yeah. I don't have my schedule here. I have
Okay.
it down the
Yeah,
shore,
you-
so.
Okay, but I guess the question is, we don't have to let us know right now. Are we interested in helping out with this?
Sure.
Oh, absolutely.
Okay. All right, so I'm gonna let Monica know, and I think it's Elizabeth that was working on this, and let them know that we are in, and find out what kind of help they need, and if we can maybe get some other volunteers to help, you know, find out what kind of help. It is a color run. And so when I was talking with Monica, I stated that there may be some participants that might be afraid to get splattered with, I guess you get splattered with paint or some kind of, you know,
It's a powder. It's water soluble powder.
it's powder. But what they're going to do is they're going to have certain stations that the color is going to be put on you, and they're going to have a little bypass. So if somebody doesn't want to have the color thrown on them, then they can just they're going to have a little bypass for it. So they're taking that into consideration, which I think is a good idea, depending upon what kind of participants we have.
I didn't hear that. My phone cut out there. What's the color?
It's a color run. It's where you get sprayed with a colored powder and it gets your t-shirt all,
Okay.
tie-dye looking.
Got it.
It
Yeah,
gets you looking tie-dyed as well.
yeah. So it sounds like a great day. I hope they raised a lot of money. We're going to be happy to join in and participate. So I think it's something, and I think this is going to be something that they're going to maybe do a few times a year, going forward. I'm not sure all the money is always going to the ADA transition fund, but maybe some Parks and Rec fund. So, okay, great. I'm looking forward to that. Okay. All right, the next item is just, I always like to put in some community news, and if anybody reads anything or has any information, and I just, in reading, the papers and online, I saw something called Bakeability in Buckingham on York Road. And I found it interesting because we did have one of our residents had come and wanted to join our board at one point. And he always was, when you have children that, get to age 18 and they're out of the school system, and, what else is out there that's community-based type of job opportunities. And I just thought this was something great, Bakeability. It's a bakery that utilizes, a lot of disabled young adults, and it looks like it's thriving and people are really excited about it. So I just, make sure if you do have a need for this, just look out there. There may be opportunities for your child to, a young adult to have an opportunity to work. And I thought that was great. And then the next thing, I don't know if anyone saw, Steve Sanaciro, our senator for Pennsylvania, held a virtual roundtable, and he had like 3 or 4 people on it from various, the Office of Vocational Rehab Resources, the disability rights work people, and they discussed contributing to the PA Able Fund account. You can do that through payroll deductions. Employer contributions can be made to PA Able accounts. So they were just kind of giving, it was a nice roundtable, panelists kind of discussing these savings programs, work incentives, planning for employment, and people could call in and ask questions. So again, these are the kind of things that our community is interested in, are providing resources. And if anyone out there, has questions, don't be hesitant to reach out. Email your state senator. We have Perry Warren's very good with, providing disability information. So we have some great, government officials here that are, very interested in getting information out there. So I thought it was a very well done. You can go out to senatorstevesanaciro.com under newsroom and kind of view that. You can view it. It's up on his website. Anyone have any questions?
I just wanted to, Lisa, did you happen to notice the shade structure that they put up next to the new
The daycare center over
yeah,
on
the
Big Oak Road.
daycare. Yes.
Yeah, that's a huge shade structure. Yep.
Mm.
Yeah. But again, it just takes money.
Is that all? Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, because I'm sure that cost something like that probably cost over $10,000.
Oh, yeah, way over,
Yeah,
I would think.
it's almost like maybe a.
It's almost like a building. I mean, it's definitely a permanent structure.
Yeah. So, but yeah, it looked great. I saw that. All right, Dave, do you have building plan review updates for us?
Nothing to report at this point in time. It's everything's progressing, but slowly as this is the point where everybody gets to the finalization of things and they start to come out. And as soon as they do, then we can get to look at them and see what's
I
going
guess
on.
there's nothing new on Prickett Preserve yet, so,
Nothing that I've seen,
and
other than lots and lots of surveyors and whatnot running around.
And then I did have, when I did go by that new daycare center and the off of Big Oak Road there by CVS and Kohl's, the parking spots to me just looked very thin. So Dave,
I
you were telling me,
went out there with a tape measure. They are
I did.
accurate.
I measured those too. I thought the same thing. They look
I
very
know.
narrow. They're 91 inches.
it's very deceiving because it just, they look too narrow for a car, but maybe when you get up on it, maybe viewing it from the road, you're looking down and maybe it just looks thinner, but okay, so
No, it looks thinner when you're standing there measuring it. I did it a couple times. They're 91 inches exactly.
They're exactly what they're supposed to be.
okay.
And not a fraction of an inch bigger.
So it's 91 inches, which includes the space
No,
plus the stripes.
no, that does not include the
So it's
stripes.
91 inches just for the parking spot.
Right.
Yes.
Okay. I'm gonna go
No,
lay down there. There's no,
I have a question about that. So the way they have those parking spaces configured, there's one handicap parking spot on either side of the curb cut. So if there were two vans that required to use the ramp, then one van would have to back in.
Yeah.
So is that
yeah, that's
changed?
That is code.
that's code.
Wow, well, that sucks. Yeah. Okay.
Just have to back in, yeah. If you're not a good backer, it would be difficult, but. All right, and I think, yeah, I don't think there's anything else that I've noticed going up, so.
Well,
All right, so we'll move on to new business. Does anyone have anything that they'd like to bring up under new business? Okay, no new business. And then the next, so we have a couple things. So we have our August 1st run. We have the August 28th Community Day. I want to get the brochure done. So we're looking at, I have to get our next meeting date set for July and August. That's due tomorrow to Katie, the secretary for Kurt. So I threw out a few dates if we wanted to meet before the August 1st or if we just want to meet after the August 1st and just get ready for Community Day. So I threw out like 6 different dates. Does everyone just want to email me or did any stick out as working for, or not working, I should
I
say?
actually didn't see it.
for any of them.
If I'm going to do the brochure, if I can get all the changes for the brochure by, I guess mid-July, that would be helpful, so I can update it and you
Okay.
have time to get it copied and so forth. And does it have to be approved by anyone or just, I mean, our
No, just,
board?
yeah.
All right.
Our board.
Can we do that via email? Once I update it?
Yeah,
in
yeah.
case-
I would
We
think
don't
so,
have
yeah.
to, we don't have to approve it or anything, like do a motion.
Okay,
Just, it's just information already in the meeting minutes, basically, that we're putting onto,
okay,
brochure or things that are already on the website. So,
all right. So if I can get all that by mid-July,
okay.
yeah.
So should we meet just in August then? And then we can have the final. I mean, did August 11th or 16th work for everyone?
I'm okay.
Fine with me.
How with you? Lynn?
Yeah, I think so. Again,
Okay.
I don't have my calendar here.
Yeah.
I had to come home for, a little
Okay.
thing. So I'd have to look at it, but probably, is that a Monday?
I think 11th is,
Which date were you looking at?
11th, August 11th is a Wednesday and August
Okay.
16th is a Monday or
Okay.
17th a Tuesday.
Or 17th, all right. Yeah,
Can you email me and then I have,
yes,
because I have to, like I said, I have to put in by tomorrow.
yes.
Okay.
I'll email you, I go back to my calendar tomorrow, so I can email you tomorrow evening. That's okay.
I don't know. You know what? That might be too late, but I'll check with Katie. I think they have to advertise. See, they have to advertise in
Oh.
the paper, all the meeting schedules. So
All right.
are Mondays usually better for you?
Let's just go with did everybody else have a date they chose? I'll just make myself available for the hour.
Okay.
If I have to teach, I'll just,
But what day do you normally teach?
I know I teach late on the 17th, so either
Okay.
Monday or Wednesday would probably be better.
Okay. All right, we'll just decide. It'll be
Let's
either
just choose
August
one of
11th
those.
or August 16th. Okay.
Yeah, just choose one of those and just let me know.
All right.
All right.
All right, so do I have a motion to adjourn?
I make a motion.
I second. I second.
I'll second.
All right. All right. Everyone, say aye. Aye.
Aye.
To adjourn.
Aye.
All right, everyone, have a great month, 2 months. I have a wedding in 10 days, so
Oh, congratulations.
I'm a little busy.
Congratulations.
Yeah, a little busy right now, so we'll get
See you in
everything.
August.
Yeah.
All right, take care, everyone.
All right.
You
Bye-bye.
too.